right, so nice, tall, comfortable seat. You can seat cross-legged for starting, but if your legs start to get a little crampy, if we're here for any length of time, put one leg out or put both legs out or readjust yourself so that you're comfortable for the first little bit of class. And we're also going to, so I'll just explain it first before we do. We're going to do Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. I like to use my thumb for plugging the right side nostril, and then my ring finger for plugging the left side nostril. So what we'll do for Nadi Shodhana is we'll plug the right side first, breathe in through the left, plug both and suspend your breath, and then breathe out the right side. And then you return that. So breathe in the right, suspend by plugging or holding both sides, and then release out the left. So it's just this looping breath. It's nice for balancing the left and right side, male, female, yin and yang is what I'm trying to say. It's also really, really calming for the nervous system and just your body in general. So we'll do that. And I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. Okay. All right. So let's come to a nice, comfortable seat. Close your eyes. And take a breath in through your nose. So allow your hands to fall into your lap in whatever way is comfortable and natural feeling for you right now. And just continue with your own natural, normal breath for you. As you continue to breathe, become aware of what's happening in your body. If you're clenching in your teeth, if you're really strongly closing the eyes or drawing the eyebrows down, if you're hunching around your heart, like your shoulders are kind of hugging around the front of you and you're rolled back in your spine, maybe lift yourself a little taller, a little more open. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. And each time that we're breathing out, tell yourself or, give yourself the message to relax and let go a little bit more. Calm your body, your breath, your thoughts. And then also start to create a little bit of space in your body. So lengthen your spine out tall. Take your heart from your actual physical heart from the inside and lift it up. And that's going to, even just that movement itself is going to find you a little bit more taller, maybe a little bit more open in your chest as well. Try to let the shoulders drop down so your elbows feel weighted down towards Mother Earth. Nice, even flowing breath. Breath in and breath out. Just watch and listen to your breath. Notice if it feels short, if it feels a bit stuck, like you can't get a full breath into the body right now. Notice those things and then just let them go. We're not trying to change anything right now. So let's take a nice deep breath in, and as we exhale slightly, ever so slightly, shift your upper body back in space, drop the chin slightly, let the shoulders drop a little bit more. Lift your heart from the inside. Nice, tall, open, soft crown. And we're going to stay here and breathe. Start to feel yourself growing taller, softening into your joints a little bit. Become connected to the feeling of your chest cavity, rising and falling with each breath. Notice if you're drawing your eyebrows down, pressing your lips together or your teeth together. Soften those areas. And let's think of this week's practice as an act of self-love, which in turn is going to help us to express and extend love outward into our lives, into our relationships, our day-to-day activities, our dreams, and our goals. First, it starts with taking care of you. Just continuing with your own natural breath for you. Maybe you can start to elongate the inhale and the exhale as well. And making sure to follow your exhale all the way to the very bottom of the breath. So don't cheat yourself into that really peaceful, calm feeling that comes over you as you reach the end of the exhale. And then also, if you're feeling ready, you can take a pausing moment at the bottom of your exhale and just sit in that little pocket of peace right there before you take your next breath. Allowing our thoughts to slow down, putting aside any to-do list for the week or our evening, and shoo them out. They don't need to be a part of our practice tonight. When you're ready, flip your hands, palms up to float just above the inner knees. Your elbows are anchoring down towards the earth and drawing towards the side body. Really, really soft and open through the heart. So take your heart and lift it up just a little taller. Draw yourself a little taller. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. And float in this posture for a few breaths. Soften the base of your skull bones and down the neck, the spine. Let your shoulder blades come down. All those little releases that feel so good and help you feel a little bit more open and at ease. So from here, we're going to draw the palms together at Namaste at the heart space. Inhale. Exhale, magnetize your hands together, land in front of the heart and just float them there. Stay tall. So imagine you're trying to lift your heart up into the center of your palms. And stay here. Maybe a good time to set an intention for your practice or your week even. And maybe even a really good time to say to yourself, I'm so proud of you for showing up for myself tonight and my practice tonight. It's a big deal. Take an inhale, fingertips up to the sky, breathe in deeply. Reach and stretch out of the body. Keep the hands floating up high. Try to unplug the upper body from your lower body. Just breathe, lift your heart, really, really lift. Some nice deep breath that you've got a little more space in the chest cavity there. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in. Exhale, float the hands back down to the heart. So come to land in the heart. We're going to make this circular motion. So inhale the hands to your third eye space. And then exhale, circle them away from your body. So the fingertips come to point at the roots, and then draw it back up and continue that. Inhale up. Exhale, drawing down and around. Inhale as you draw up. You can make your circle as big or as small as you want to make it. You want to, draw the hands all the way up and reach way out in front of you. Make it your own, make it organic, something that feels right and good for you. Let's go one more time. And come back up to the heart, inhale. Exhale, land in front of your heart space. Good. And just start to slowly rub the palms together, causing a little bit of friction, a little bit of energy to happen in the palms of the hands and the pads of the fingers, the finger joints. You can start to make that rubbing a little bit faster. Make sure to breathe. Keep it going. Keep the tops of the shoulders down. Dust any stresses or tensions you've got sitting on there. Dust them right off. Some nice full deep breathing. Maybe close your eyes and focus on the friction building in the hands. Soften between your shoulder blades and down your spine. You're welcome to, soothe yourself if you need to. Rock a little back and forth. Slowly come back to stillness with the hands. So just slow it down and then come back to stillness and land them back in front of your heart space. Feel the warmth between your hands. Big breath in and out. Awesome. Let's scoop it up and around. Inhale up. And our hands are going to just fall like rain down the front of the body. You can even wiggle the fingers if you want as you move them down. Trying to signal to your, your nervous system to take you out of the fight or flight mode and bring you into that nice, calm, peaceful energy. Let's go one more time. Inhale all the way out, scoop it up. Float the hands down. Take them, to the sides of you, and let's extend our legs out in front of us here. So hopefully you're comfortable here. We're going to go into Nadi Shodhana, so the alternate nostril breathing. Just let your hands set on your kneecaps or your thighs or wherever is comfortable for you. Take your heart, lift it up, close your eyes, and take a couple of nice deep breaths in and out. Really try and fill your lungs, like expand your lungs the best you can. And then forcefully let the breath leave the body. So kind of, breathe like a dragon would, or really start to squeeze things to start to get that energy motion moving and those toxins moving out of your body. Let's do that one more time, you guys. And just return back to your natural, normal breath for you. So super important when we go into Nadi Shodhana is to not put a lot of tension into this arm. Like, you don't necessarily have to hold it way out here and keep it real tense. If you're comfortable and you feel okay with it, you can hold it here and so you slightly drop your chin down. We're going to start with plugging. So you've got your ring finger and your thumb finger, and we're just going to plug the right side. Breathe in through the left, hold both, make sure you suspend for, a couple seconds, and then release out your right. And we're going to we'll start with about 30 seconds and see how we're doing after that. And that being said, if you have a cold, just sit and breathe naturally without doing Nadi Shodhana, because if your nose is stuffed, it's not going to be enjoyable for you. So let's close the right nostril when you're ready. Breathe in through your left. And suspend
and out the right. So next you're going to breathe in through your right, suspend, and out your left. So find your own rhythm with this. If it's feeling a little uncomfortable and you're building tension, just work with it, be with it, it's okay. It may be something fairly new for you. So I will just signal us when we're coming to the last round of breath. Focus on listening to your breath and calming your mind, your thoughts, your spirit. Got about another 20 seconds to go. And we want to finish exhaling out the right side. So when we come to our last round of breath, we want to make sure we're breathing out the right side to finish up. So making this next round your last round of breath, breathing out, ending to breathe out the right side. If you finish, just allow your hands to drop down, close your eyes and sit quietly. Just allowing any tension you might have been holding between the teeth, or if you're pressing the tongue up to the roof of your mouth. Just taking some nice deep breath in through both nostrils. All right, so let's flex the feet and push the heels away from you to elongate the leg bones a little bit. Strengthen the quad muscle, so you're really wrapping the muscle around the bone, and lift, so allow the heels to come a little bit off the floor if that's possible. Pull the belly nice and strong, lift your heart, stay really, really tall, and just push energy out the soles of your feet. Spread your toes out. You can, circle the wrists if you want to. Keep the energy holding in the legs. We're going to keep breathing too. Sometimes when we hold the body, we also hold the breath. I find myself doing that sometimes. All right, and big breath in and release everything. So release your legs. Yeah, inhale and start to fold forward at the hips, like a hinge. So you're kind of folding like this sort of idea. Instead of rounding at your spine and folding, we're kind of staying tall and hinging at the hips there. Keep your heart tall. If you have a block and you want to use it for underneath you, your hands or your elbows or whatever works for you. Nice, gentle, soft opening into the groins. Take your legs a little wider if it's available for you. Keep the back of your neck nice and soft. This is our first yin posture of our practice tonight. So we're going to be here for a little bit of time. And with that, listen to your body when it's ready to shift a little deeper, and you feel you're feeling comfortable and okay with that, then allow that shift to happen. If at any time we're in a pose and you feel like your breath is restricted, or you can't take a full breath,
then back out of that, how deep you've gone into that pose a little bit. Because the number one thing is we don't want to restrict our breath when we're in a pose. Most important thing is to be able to take a nice, deep, full breath. That life energy flowing. Hopefully you're feeling your left and right sit bones equally grounded and rooting into your mat. So you're not shifting your weight from one side more than the other. You're welcome to roll your head around in space if you need. Nice, soft, gentle movement though, kind of organic movement. Let your lips fall away from your teeth and your teeth part, and soften your jaw joints and behind your eyes. Maybe your body is ready to go make that little tiny shift a little deeper into your pose. Try and focus on opening up in the groins through the hamstrings. Staying very soft down your spine. I always like to imagine a soft, silky ribbon kind of whirling its way down the entirety of my spine in a circular motion, kind of keeping it really relaxed and soft. Three more calm breath here. Okay, last breath here with an inhale and an exhale. And then the one after that is going to be our rising breath. So we'll take a nice deep breath in. And then as you start the exhale process, moving really slowly, we'll start to rise up. Making sure to keep your chin drawn towards the chest. And then our crown, of course, rising up very last as we, at the same time, lift our heart from the inside out. So just pause there as you come back to being really tall. Just pause there for a few breaths. Awesome. And when you're ready, just take one leg. You can assist it, bring it forward. The other leg, bring it forward and draw them in for both. So the soles of the feet come together. One more to get into the groins in a little bit different angle, a little different way. So you can take your palms and place them on top of your feet. You can take the forearms, palms up underneath the shin bones if you'd like as well. Depends really on your flexibility and the build of your hips, your hip structure as well. So you're welcome to really round through your spine here on this one. Drop the chin, make your head feel quite heavy down towards the insteps of your feet. If you need some support underneath your legs, you can place a pillow underneath the legs there to give them a little bit of extra support. Try and focus strongly on rooting down the sit bone, the tailbone, both the sit bones, that little triangular shape in the base of the pelvic floor there. We want to try and draw and root that down quite strongly. Some nice even flowing breath. A really, really nice time right now too to stop and pause at the base of your exhale is when we're in a pose. And you can, in that time frame of pausing in between the breath, you can really check in with yourself and see deep down how you're feeling. It just allows things to quiet and things to become a little more clear. Maybe even hear a message or two from your body and what it's needing. Your lips part and fall from your teeth. So your face, your lips particular, they're going to feel a little puffy when you're in a forward fold and you let them fall away from the teeth. And stay here for 3 more breaths together. So we're going to get ready to come up out of this pose, but we're not going to come up too far. We're just going to lengthen out our spine and rise up about halfway. Okay, so breathe in. Exhale, just come up about halfway. Cup your right hand around the fronts of your toes there. Kind of give them a little bit of a hug together. And then draw the other hand back so it's pressing on the top of the thigh there. And we just want to take an inhale and exhale and twist the body, open up the heart towards the sky. And you're welcome to take this other elbow and kind of press it into the other leg. Make sure to keep your left and right sit bones equally balanced and rooting through this. Really, really tall. Get your spine as long as you can. Try to keep your chest quite open. Making sure that your breath isn't compromised in any way. As we take an inhale and we exhale, on the exhale, we're just gonna fall back to the forward or to the butterfly forward fold here. So breathe in. Exhale, just fall like water back down to your center. Replace the hands with the other one, hug around. Inhale. And as we exhale, we're going to twist the other side. Make sure you twist on your breath out so that your organs work with you instead of against you. You can kind of start to wring things out with each inhale, exhale that you take. And soften the jaw all along your jawline and into your jaw joints, across the top of your back, the tops of your shoulders. Try and deepen your twist a little bit if you can. You want to almost feel like your skull bones are floating in space right now. They're very light feeling, kind of malleable. And let's fall back to our center. So breathe in. And as you exhale, surrender back into a fold. And then we're going to inhale, roll up through the spine, and then exhale, forward fold from the heart leading as we fold back down. So again, playing, and let's roll it back up, playing with gravity here. So pull and then fall. Work with that a couple more times. Nice deep breath. Getting a little bit of movement through the spine. Last time right here, you guys take your time. We feel the movement happening in the body. And fold it forward. Stay there for a breath as we arrive. Awesome. Take an inhale, draw it all the way back up. And take the hands to the outsides of the legs, draw them together. Take them hip width apart, seal the soles of the feet down, fingertips back behind you, and just wave your hips back and forth a little bit. Nice. Keep your belly engaged, your belly button drawing back towards your spine. The outside, the side body's kind of rolling in towards your center, making everything nice and firm. One more time each side, you guys. A little bit of movement through the hips there. Nice. Okay, so we're going to come to fours. You can have a blanket underneath your knees, but make your blanket at least the width of your mat. So we're going to be in fours, but we're also going to take our legs wide, our knees out the width of the mat in our fours, and then draw our feet, our feet together, like the toes are going to come together in your fours. Hands are still underneath, underneath the wrists, elbows, and shoulders. And just start to rock little tiny rocks back and forth so you can feel it into your wrists a little bit. Make sure when you come forward that you press into the pads and the knuckles of your fingers. Okay, you're not taking all that weight into the centers of your palms or into the wrists. You're really trying to splay the weight out. Excellent. Come to neutral. Inhale. So your knees should be fairly wide. We're going to move. Let's take your right hand underneath your nose. Okay, so that hand moves underneath your nose. Take a breath in. Exhale, twist. Your knees are fairly wide. And you're going to place your other hand, your left hand, around the sacrum, just tuck it around your tailbone there. Make sure that you don't sink down into this shoulder joint, but keep it nice and lifted. And then try and take the hip on the same arm that's supporting you, that hip. You want to try and draw it across your mat. Okay, so you should be feeling it quite deeply into the groins and the pelvis. Breathe deep. Inhale, exhale, you guys. Really, for sure, if you feel this quite deeply, if you're quite tight. And last breath right here. Now we're going to fall into thread the needle. So take this arm, inhale, and exhale, thread the needle through. Relax here in your thread the needle. You can keep your tailbone nice and high if you'd like. If you want to go deeper into the twist with this, then you're going to press into the earth with that top hand and try and twist into your spine a little bit more. Nice, even flowing breath. Making sure not to clench our teeth together right now. Really soft, gentle facial structure. Just let your bottom arm completely relax. Let your bones sink into your mat. We've got 2 more breaths. We're going to get ready. We can move that top hand to just in front of the nose there. Spread your fingers because it's going to press into the mat as we draw the bottom arm across the earth. So inhale, exhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come back. Place that hand down just underneath your nose. Take a breath. Knees nice and wide still. Inhale, exhale, take it into a twist. So your other hip It should be your left hip trying to draw across the mat. So you want to try and almost like you're trying to hug that inner thigh over to the other inner thigh, trying to cross that center line of your body there. Making sure not to arch in your lower back or let your belly go too much. Good job, you guys. And we're gonna release in a breath. So stay here one more breath. And then on your one after that, we'll go down into thread the needle. So inhale, exhale, start to release, thread the needle through. Keeping the tailbone nice and high. It always feels really nice when your tailbone can be higher than your head or your head lower than your tailbone. Relieves a lot of stress and tension around your root chakra. Very comforting. So again, if you want to try and deepen this spinal rotation, you can press into the mat with his top hand and just press into the earth and try and draw the shoulder up and away. And breathing in and breathing out. Let's go 2 more breaths, you guys. Your last breath, you're going to just release that twist a little bit to prepare for coming up out of our twist here. So next breath is going to be rising to 4s. And breathe in. Exhale as we drag, like your limb is quite heavy. Bring it back to plant. Bring the knees underneath your hips, about hip width apart. Spread your fingers nice and wide, like pick them up, make them as wide apart from each other as you can, that's comfortable. And let's work some spine here. So some cat-cow, sorry. Inhale, drop your belly and just pause right there. Start to feel your belly button, your core, your center engaging, your tailbone. Releasing almost like a flower when it opens up its petals. It's my favorite vision when I think of my tailbone in this posture. So when you're ready, we're going to rise the spine. Take it slow. Tailbone drops first, then vertebra by vertebra follows up the spine after that. Big breath in. Exhale, drop the anchor down your tailbone first, then let the rest of the spine follow suit. It's a nice natural movement to happen. Tuck the chin. Allow the upper arm bones to rotate in towards your heart space. Your head drops quite heavily. Some nice deep breathing. And just let's pause here in this one for a few breaths. You're welcome to shift your weight. You're welcome to shift your weight slightly back. Take some of it off of your wrist if you'd like. Okay, let's take a big breath. And exhale, let's let the heart shine forward again. So opening up that tailbone, dropping the belly one more time. Press the mat away from you so you feel your arm bones grow longer. Press into the pads of your fingers. We get to go to child's pose after this, you guys. Big breath in. Exhale, round the spine up one more time, slowly, like you have an anchor attached to the tailbone, and it's just being pulled down into Mother Earth. And the rest of the spine is rising up to the stars. And your crown is reaching down towards Mother Earth. So you have this beautiful C shape, hollowed out belly, hugging around your heart. And squeezing around the digestive system. Last breath here. We're going to find a neutral spine. So slowly let your spine drop to neutral. Big toes come together. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, slowly reach it back to land in your version of child's pose. You know, if you want your knees wider, or if you need support between your hamstrings and your calf muscles, maybe have a rolled blanket or a pillow or something there. You can have a block underneath your forehead or stack your fists if your head doesn't quite reach your mat yet. And then just let your body melt. Become very soft and open to your child's pose coming into your body. Because as always, we really, really want to try never to force our body into a pose. We just want to be open and receiving to it coming in with ease and grace. We're going to be here for a few breaths, so make sure that you're comfortable and easeful, and you don't have any discomforts or pinching or pain. Allow your teeth to part. If your tongue is pressed up against the roof of your mouth, soften it down, relax it, relax your tongue. And that is going to send a signal to your nervous system to rest and relax. Really focus on taking these moments here of being in child's pose to really look after yourself. And be tender and be caring. And listening as to how you are feeling. About another 30 seconds here. Try and soften a little bit deeper into your body. So maybe you might feel yourself sink a little bit more into your mat. So we're going to transfer into a downward dog for a few breaths. But if you're not comfortable or not wanting to include downward dog in your practice tonight, just stay in your child's pose, and then we'll all go back together to seated Sukhasana afterwards, okay? So if you're going to join me in downward facing dog, extend your arms out as long as they'll go, then plant your fingers. Feel some roots start to grow down deep into Mother Earth. So we want to make sure we root before we rise. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, start to peel yourself up to fours, tuck your toes. And as you breathe out, we want to land in our child's pose. But we want to do this really slowly, really mindfully. And of course, if you'd like, you can
Keep your knees fairly bent, quite a bit bent if you'd like to. Okay, your ears come between the upper arms, tailbone rising up tall. Nice deep breath. We're going to stay here for a few breaths. So your heels don't have to, they don't have to anchor and touch your mat, but you want to take them energetically that way. You want to try and reach them down towards the mat if you can. Keep your heart nice and open. Stay here for a few breaths if you're able to. If not, come down to your knees. Maybe do a few cat-cows or go back into child's pose. If you haven't straightened out your legs, maybe do that. All right. Take a deep breath and rise to your toes. Slowly, slowly let the knees come back down for fours. Awesome. Take the weight out of the fingers, and we're going to come back to a seated Sukhasana and do some eagle arms. Open up the so eagle arms is very, very nice for opening up behind the heart, the back of the heart between the shoulder blades. But first of all, let's all just come back here. Take a scooping breath all the way up. Big, big breath in, and then let your arms float back down, just like we did at the beginning of our practice when we opened our practice. Close your eyes and just feel that nice sense of, oh, so calm. Just feels so good to breathe and move and be calm. Inhale one more time. And float them down. This time, cross your arms as they come into a center. It doesn't matter which arm is up or down. We just want to hug them around. So as much as you can hug, if you want to hold your forearms here like this, or if you can hug all the way around and wrap your fingers around the back body a little bit. Now, let's try and stay fairly tall without caving around the heart too much or around, letting our spine go. Try and stay fairly tall here. And you're also welcome to move the head around. Nice, slow, gentle movements. Mindful. Okay, come back to a neutral with the head. So from here, we're going to keep the arms, stacked on top of each other. So just release them from the body, but keep your arms stacked. And then we're just going to bring them together like so. And if this is as far as you've got, great, just stay here for now. But just always make sure, because these are eagle arms. So we want to make sure that we're pressing the elbows away. So you're going to draw your arm bones into each other. They're strong and drawing into each other, and press them away and up. Other option, of course, is to, hook a finger or whichever fingers work best for you, that works the best. Or if you have the ability to draw the hands right around and press the fingers into the palm, do that. So press your shoulders down quite firmly. We want to press our shoulders down quite firmly. And then take the elbows and draw them away, like I'm holding on to this part of your elbows here and gently trying to pull them away from your body. Make sure your chin has slightly dropped. Come back to the shoulders that you haven't lifted them up to the ears. And just breathe here. So again, come back to pressing the shoulders down, elbows away. Try not to clench your jaw, or close your eyes tightly, or furrow your forehead.
all those little nuanced things that we do when we start to build tension. We want to, we're feeling like we've got to put some grit into something. It automatically just happens in the face. That tension builds in the face. All right, so we're going to slowly inhale, exhale, release the arms, come back to hugging. So just let them relax down. Just kind of just really lovingly place your palms against your skin. And let's let them fall and release nice and slow. Take note of which arm you have on top and which arm you have on bottom. So inhale up. And exhale, float the arms down and cross with the other arm on top this time for your hug. It's going to feel more awkward than, because we probably did the first time, you probably did the way that just naturally your body wants to do it. It feels the most comfortable. So again, here you can start to move the head around if you'd like, or place an ear towards the shoulder. Just stay really mindful and easeful. Space between our teeth. Always, always cultivating sukha, which is good space and sweetness in the physical body, even in the spirit. And coming back to a neutral spine. Good. Breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Release the arms so you have hopefully the other arm on top. Okay. And then go into your eagle arms from there. Hopefully everything is okay. I'm not sure if somebody raised their hand there or if that was me. So whatever is available to you for the bind, go into that, compress the shoulders down, drop the chin slightly, and then pull your elbows away and imagine trying to peel apart the shoulder blades. You might even feel this underneath your shoulder blades, below them there. Try and take some breath maybe into those areas. Soften between your teeth and your whole facial structure, even your throat. Try and soften around your heart too, because we're caved around the heart right now, so we don't want to build any tension around that area. Try and find a stillness in your posture. One more breath. We got this, you guys. Good job. On the breath, slowly, slowly release the hands. Come back to a hug, just a really gentle one. Drop your chin. Release the arms, let them slide apart. And then just very, very softly, let your hands kind of drape and give them a little bit of a shake, a shimmy. Imagine that any tension droplets you're shaking them right out the tips of your fingers. Nice deep breath. You can add a little bit more, staccato movement or a little more harder shaking to your hands there. Make sure you keep your shoulders down. And you can start to add a little movement, maybe pop your shoulders up and down. Breathe in nice and deep. And as you exhale, match it with the bouncing of the shoulders. Let's go one more time. Inhale and exhale. Slow that down. Beauty. So we've got one more breathing thing we're going to do together, you guys.
Take your fingertips and try and place them, even if they just float, they kind of just drape there and float over the tops of your shoulders. Or if you can actually plant the fingers onto the shoulder heads there, either way. But make sure that your elbows are forward. You're not stretching them back. You just want them to be nice and natural. You're going to end up going the opposite way of me because we want to inhale to the left, exhale to the right. Okay, so you're going to inhale to your left, exhale when you come to the right. Strong breath this is. So inhale, exhale. Start out slow with the movement. If you can't match the breath with the movement, just allow the spine to start to twist on its axis. That's all we want to do for sure. So you can start to speed it up. Just let it start to go around the spine. Release any control you want to have or tension that you may be holding. And just let your body go. Drop your chin slightly. Let the base of the skull relax. You can start to speed it up if you want to, or slow it down. We've got about another 10, 15 seconds here at least. Now, if you're breathing quite deeply here, when we stop, you are going to feel lightheaded. So root yourself quite strongly. Stay tall in your spine. Lift your heart. Keep your belly engaged. Start to slow it down. Drop the arms. Big, big, big breath in and come to center and release that breath and just stay with that for a moment. Shoulders down, lift your crown, lift your heart from the inside out. You may feel a little lit up in your cells, in your tissue. They got a lot of oxygen there if you were breathing quite deeply. Good job. So you're welcome to stay here in seated Sukhasana for another few breaths if you need it. Otherwise, let's make our way to come laying on our mat. Do put on your socks and have your blanket close by and stuff. We're just going to do a twist and then go into Shavasana. So, turn your lights off, turn your music on, all that good stuff if you need to before you lay down. And then once you're there, just relax in a star shape. Your legs out a little wider, your arms out, and then we'll go into a twist from side to side. If you're feeling like you've got a really tight lower back or you've got some back pain or anything tonight, keep your knees bent, the soles of the feet connected to your mat. And you can also take them a little wider and let the knees come together. That's going to be really, really nice for your lower back. Otherwise, take your legs straight, your arms out to the sides. Let your shoulder heads drop open. Your shoulder blades fall flat onto your mat. Feel your body sink and let go. My kitty always wants to come and be a part of yoga practice. I don't know if you guys can hear her. Maybe take some nice belly breath. Here, rise and follow the belly with your breath. Each exhale, fall a little heavier into the support of your mat. Okay, if you do have your legs out straight, bring them to bend and also bring your knees together. We'll all just come here for a few breaths Feel in this position, you can feel your sit bone or your tailbone, fall quite deeply. Like it wants to sink quite deeply into your mat. Let your groins release. Now, if you're feeling more like you need to bring your legs up for legs up rather than a twist, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we'll all go into a twist together. So shift your feet off to one side, your hips off to one side. And with the breath out, we're going to let the legs fall off to a twist. Keep the heart fully open towards the ceiling. Both shoulder blades nicely planted. Okay, now release your bottom leg bones. Just let them go. Totally soft. In through the groins as well, and the top leg bones. It might be nice for your chest if you have your arms in a W shape. That often allows the upper body to open up a little bit more. If you'd like to extend your top leg in your twist, you're welcome to do that. A little bit of a body check in here that your hip is drawing away from the lower rib cage. So you have a lot of space in your side body. It's nice, easeful breathing. If you've extended your top leg, let's hinge it at the knee and bring it back to stack on the bottom leg. Stay here for a breath. On our next breath out, we're going to let the body kind of naturally come back up and the back body connect back with our mat. Breathe in and let your body fall back to center. So it should be, fairly taken care of by gravity. Then shift the hips over, find your center, recalibrate in the spine around your tailbone. And then when you're ready, we're going to shift it off to the other side. And as we exhale is when we let the legs drop. Again, shine your heart up towards the stars. Arms in a W shape, nice and soft, deep into the middle of your palms, in behind your eyes, in your jaw joints. Another body check here. Your hip is away from the ribs. Your lower leg bones are relaxed, same as your groins. Nice time to drop in between the space of your breath. Reconnect with that feeling of peace and calm that just lies within you. Extending that top leg if you can, or you did on the other side. Please make sure we're not holding our breath. If you've extended your leg, hinge at the knee and come to stack on the bottom leg. And then on the breath, we're going to let the body fall back to our center. Breathe in. Exhale, fall back to center. Feel the back body reconnect with your mat. If you need to do some hip circles or lift the legs up to the sky or anything at all you need to do for these next 30 seconds or so, do that for yourself. And then we'll get ready for Shavasana. Okay, so let's bring the feet to plant back onto the mat. If you have your blanket and you want to put that on you, or you have a pillow you want to put below your head or anything like that, find a comfortable position for you in your Shavasana tonight. Okay, I'll give us a moment to all find that, and then we'll get started with Shavasana. So if you really want to be in the energy of surrender, have your palms up. The backs of the hands nice and gently resting on the floor. Let's take a nice deep breath in. Open the mouth to exhale. Let's do that 2-3 more times. And calm your mind, calm your spirit, and calming your physical body. Just allowing yourself to rest, become a little heavier into the support of your mat. And softening your toes, the soles of your feet. And keeping a nice natural breath with you as you go along, relaxing all the parts of your body. And drawing softness through the ankle joints, up through the lower legs, and around your knees. Drawing that softness all the way up through the upper legs and into your groins, all around the pelvic bowl, through the hips, the tailbone, and softening your belly with each breath that you take in and let go. Feeling your spine soften, your shoulder blades, and into the shoulder joints. Letting go of your arm bones, your elbows and wrists. And softening around your heart. Draw that softness up and through and around your throat and into your jaw joints. Softening your facial structure between your teeth and your inner ears, behind your eyes. And soften all along your forehead, your scalp, allowing your skull bones to fall really heavily into your mat. Just breathing in, letting go. Taking a nice, soft, gentle breath in, staying very easeful and calm. If you're ready, you're going to start to wake up your body really gently. Squiggle your fingers and your toes. Maybe start to deepen your breath a little bit. Stretch out your body and wake it up in a way that feels right and good. And then when we're ready, nice slow roll to your side and stay there for a breath or two at least. The legs stack. And then when you're ready, place the top palm, press it into the earth to come up to Seated Sukhasana. Find your way to a comfortable seat. And we'll just place our hands in our lap. Try and really gently lift your heart. It doesn't have to be exaggerated or really tall, kind of an easeful tall in your spine and in our body. And close your eyes and breathe. Maybe curl up the sides of the mouth, a little bit of a smile. And we're going to bring the hands to float together at Namaste. Feel that connection between your left and right hand, the palms and the fingers. Slowly with your breath, let's rise them up to our third eye space. Inhale. Make a connection there on the exhale. Just breathe a few deep breaths here. Center yourself, root yourself, prepare your mind, body, spirit for the week coming up. Take a breath. Let your hands float back down to your heart. Big breath in. Exhale fully, completely, wholeheartedly. Let's do that one more time. Big, big breath. And release. Take care of yourselves this week, you guys. Have a wonderful week. And thank you, as always, so much for joining me and sharing your time. I appreciate it so much. Have a great week. Om Shanti, deep peace to you. Namaste.